There is something most women never fully understand, and the moment they do, they are never seen the same way again. It's not about perfect beauty. It's not about designer labels. It's not about chasing attention or competing for validation. It's about presence. And not just any presence, the kind that shifts the energy in a room without trying. The kind that makes people pause mid-sentence. The kind that doesn't beg, doesn't compete, doesn't pursue. It simply is. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to reveal might completely change how you see yourself. When a woman develops true emotional intelligence, high-value men don't just notice her. They feel her. They recognize her. They respect her. And today, I'm going to reveal the 12 unmistakable signs that your emotional intelligence is making you irresistibly attractive to high-value men. Some of these signs, you may already have, but you may not yet realize the quiet power you carry. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign is the one that separates interesting women from unforgettable women. Take a deep breath. Let's begin. The first sign is your ability to remain calm when the world tries to shake you. While others react impulsively, explode, dramatize, you observe. You feel. You process. And only then, you respond. That communicates something extraordinarily rare: self-mastery. High-value men live under constant pressure. Decisions. Responsibilities. Expectations. They operate in environments where chaos is common. They are not looking for more turbulence. They are looking for strategic peace. When you replace frantic pursuit with grounded stillness, you send a silent message. I command my inner world. And nothing is more magnetic than a woman who is centered within herself. The second sign is that you do not compete for attention. You don't fight other women for validation. You don't post to provoke jealousy. You don't create scenarios to be chosen. You already know who you are. And that certainty creates a gravitational field around you. Because what is secure does not need to shout. High-value men are used to being impressed. They are used to women trying to stand out. But when they encounter someone who simply exists with confidence, something shifts. They relax. They lean in. They invest. The third sign is your ability to handle conflict with grace. Disagreements don't turn into emotional wars. Misunderstandings don't become ego battles. You listen before reacting. You ask before accusing. You reflect before deciding. This is not submission. It is maturity. And emotional maturity is attractive on a level few people truly comprehend. A high-value man understands that partnership is construction. It's long-term architecture. And he watches carefully how you handle tension, because in those moments, he sees the future. The fourth sign is that you don't try to control everything. You understand that excessive control is born from fear. And you've made peace with your insecurities. You trust the process. You trust timing. You trust your ability to walk away if something no longer aligns. That emotional freedom allows him to feel free too. And when a man feels free in your presence, he chooses to stay. The fifth sign is your emotional depth. You do not live on the surface. Your conversations have substance. You notice subtleties. You read between the lines. You respond not only to what is said, but to what is felt. That creates genuine connection. High-value men are often strategic thinkers, visionaries, builders. When they meet a woman who can match them emotionally and intellectually, they recognize rarity. And rarity creates desire. The sixth sign is that you do not beg for priority. You don't chase clarity with anxious questions like, "What are we?" You observe behavior. If he invests, you reciprocate. If he withdraws, you adjust. No drama. No manipulation. Your energy communicates. I don't force. I allow. And this activates one of the most powerful psychological triggers of all: elegant scarcity. What does not chase is valued. The seventh sign is your ability to be alone without feeling lonely. You enjoy your own company. You have projects. You have routines. You have purpose. Your happiness does not depend on a man's presence. And paradoxically, that makes you even more desirable. Because high-value men are not looking for emotional dependence. They are looking for partners. They want to add to your life, not become your life. The eighth sign is that you know how to validate without diminishing yourself. You celebrate achievements. You encourage ambition. You recognize effort. But you do not shrink to do so. Your admiration is genuine, not strategic. And that creates reciprocal respect. A high-value man wants to be respected, but he also wants to respect. When he encounters a woman who maintains her own light while appreciating his, he senses balance. And balance feels safe. The ninth sign is your social intelligence. You understand environments. You read the room. You know when to speak, and when to remain silent. You don't expose intimacy in public. You don't create unnecessary embarrassment. There is a subtle sophistication in you. And class is timeless. The 10th sign is that you do not react to provocation. Emotional games don't work on you. Tests don't destabilize you. You observe patterns. And you decide based on them. That communicates inner strength. High-value men often test unconsciously. Not out of cruelty, but out of discernment. When they realize you refuse to participate in immature dynamics, respect deepens. The 11th sign is your calm authenticity. You do not reshape your personality to be liked. You don't hide opinions out of fear of losing someone. But you also don't impose your ideas aggressively. You are firm, with softness. And that combination creates something extremely rare: femininity with structure. Finally, the 12th sign. And this one changes everything. You understand that true attraction is born from energy, not strategy. You do not manipulate. You do not play games. You do not fake indifference. You cultivate your inner world. You refine your emotional landscape. You align with your values. And the more aligned you become within yourself, the more naturally aligned men gravitate toward you. Because high quality recognizes high quality. Now let me ask you something. How many of these signs do you already see in yourself? Maybe you spent years trying to be noticed, when the real power was always in your silent stability. The truth is, high-value men are not searching for spectacle. They are searching for emotional safety, for conscious partnership, for peace. And when they find a woman who maintains her inner equilibrium under pressure, they know they've encountered something rare. Your emotional intelligence is not just maturity. It is magnetism. It is presence. It is a form of beauty that does not age, does not fade, does not depend on filters or trends. So stop doubting your depth. Stop mistaking serenity for weakness. Stop confusing quiet strength with invisibility. The world may reward noise, but high-value men reward consistency. And here's something even deeper. When you develop emotional intelligence at this level, you don't just attract better men. You eliminate the wrong ones effortlessly. Because men who thrive on chaos feel uncomfortable around stability. Men who manipulate feel exposed around awareness. Men who play games feel bored around certainty. And that is not a loss. That is refinement. Every level of growth requires separation. And the more emotionally disciplined you become, the more your circle tightens. That is not isolation. That is elevation. Take another deep breath. Imagine walking into a room without needing to impress. Imagine speaking without needing to prove. Imagine loving without needing to cling. That is power. And it doesn't scream. It whispers. Now I want you to reflect honestly. Which of these signs represents who you are today? And which one do you feel called to strengthen? Growth begins with awareness. And awareness is the first layer of emotional intelligence. If this message resonated with you, if it shifted something inside you, if you felt seen in a way you haven't before, then this is your sign. Comment below and tell me which sign is already your strength, and which one you are committed to developing next. I read every single comment. And if you want to continue evolving into the most emotionally powerful, grounded, and magnetic version of yourself, subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't talk about games. We talk about growth. We don't teach manipulation. We teach mastery. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to strengthen your feminine energy strategically, without ever losing your essence. You don't want to miss it. Remember this. The woman who masters her emotions, masters the game without ever needing to play. I'll see you in the next one. Stay grounded. Stay powerful. And never underestimate the quiet force of your presence.